American battery metals, global battery metals, SunHydrogen stocks update. So we'll begin with American battery metals. It closed the session of the 17th of February 2021 at $3.64, and we have a position there. We have to point that out. And it has a market cap of $1.9 billion, 527.465 million shares outstanding. And we don't have any short interest figures there, but the last time we checked it, it was also increasing. And yesterday, or rather on the 16th of February, they disclosed their 10Q disclosure. That is the quarter that ended on the 31st of December 2020. So we have some details here. The total asset is $1.6 million. Total liabilities is $8.15 million. So they have a negative working capital, since the liabilities are more than the assets. Okay. I mean, that is, I suppose that is expected. So we'll try and see if we can find if they still have cash. That is also a very good indicator to look at. The cash flow statements, what it is like. Okay, this is cash flow here. So the net loss is ending that for that quarter is $38.855 million. Net cash used in operating activities is negative $2.7 million. Net cash used in investment activities is $912,165. Financing activities, okay. Cash at the end is 403,654. So that is not just added by the look of it. That's not exactly a lot of cash. So they have a negative change in cash. The beginning they had 829,924. Well, so they're busy spending and getting involved in their activities. And they are still a fledgling company, so it's not expected that they will have tons of cash sitting in their balance sheets. So we'll go down and have a look and see that technically American battery metals appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares remain 533% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. So this is the signal line. The shares, it is below the, sorry, this is the signal line. That's that blue line. It is below the signal line, the orange one. So okay, yes, it's below the signal line, and it's outperforming the S&P 500 index. So let's have a look and see. The momentum for ABML is strongly bullish. The 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is rising. Yes, it is rising. We can see that here as investors pay higher prices for shares. Okay. So of late, did they really pay? Okay, well, they declined. It declined. So maybe that has not been accounted for yet, as some of these indicators are somewhat lagging indicators. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, the unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. That's right. Yes, the slope of the positive is the slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay. Yes, this is this indicator is also It takes account into the volume. Yes, so the volume as at the last time, that was the 17th, was roughly at 165.2 million shares. So the slope is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So all in all, the interesting thing is that American Battery Metals, since a lot of the market participants, the retail market participants joined the fray. That was sometime in the middle of December 2020. This is when it got a lot of attention, and then since that time, you can see it has traded within a very somewhat narrow vertical band. But okay, and of late it has tried to move sideways. If you own a position like we do, you will see that it has definitely been moving sideways. And since that time, the 10-day moving average has caught up with it, and it has now even pulled back below that 10-day moving average, and is almost converging with the 20-day moving average. The 20-day moving average is pointing to a price of $3.57, whereas it closed at $3.67. So yes, it is cooling down, consolidating. It's going through this cycle of consolidation. A lot of market participants are watching. Some of them might see this as a chance, to get ready to buy more. So the stock, yes, it has held up. Not no sharp declines like the stuff the type we saw that occurred as at the 28th of January 2021. So it has pulled back, consolidated, and more. It could go further. Maybe expecting it to cool below the 20-day trend line, and so yeah, if you want to get involved, just observe, see what's going on, and if you got involved, it's a small amount of money. That's what we're suggesting, and see how it goes from there. And a lot more stocks are also coming into the fray, and who knows what's going to happen? Who knows how it's going to affect American Battery Metals and stuff like that? We earlier on today we covered Comstock, the stock that has now become price-wise has overtaken American Battery Metals. On to global battery metals. Global battery metals closed the session of the 17th of February 2020 at roughly 88 cents, and we can see that it has a market cap of $51.9 million, not as much as American Battery Metals. American Battery Metals is probably the amongst the two of them, it is the bigger, the most capitalized based on that market cap it has. So I guess certain market participants are seeing global battery metals as an opportunity, but the problem is that the price is the problem, and it's not. It has a lower float, and it can. Market participants would love it to be cheaper than what it is now. To probably sit in well as an opportunity to join the lithium battery fray, or join the the fray that took American battery metals to where it is, but let's go on and see what's going on here technically for global battery metals. It appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. Okay, so it's well. We have what we see here is not stock that is really bullish. It's declining. It's correcting definitely, but definitely the 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is for sure MACD histogram. Well, it says above 0. Okay, it's above 0. Yes, so. But technically, we can now see that also the momentum as it concerns the slow stochastic oscillator seems to be waning. It's currently at 59.2%. At some point, it was higher than that. A few weeks ago, it was at 80% or more, and even overbought. But it's cooling off, which is what this line, the price curve, is indicating. So the momentum is yes, cooling off, and then even the price rate of change as well has tipped over as well. So the unbalanced volume indicator is not as bullish. The slope of indicator is not so positive, I suppose. Let's see what it's saying here. The slope of indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, the unbalanced volume indicator. Okay, the slope of the indicator is positive. All right. Well, to some extent, but it could be better than that. Could be better than that. So, yeah. Well, as we said earlier on, global battery metals, it's sometimes they don't turn out as you would like them. It would have been excellent if the stock was trading at far less than what it is trading at right now, 88 cents. Some market participants might find it a little bit expensive right now to just get very serious with it. And well, one of the reasons behind that might be because of its float that is relatively small, 46.34 million shares. As such, it will always tend to play out in its price. The price will tend to be a little bit more expensive, but at the same time, if you look at the whole picture, you can see that it's still a very micro cap, $51.9 million. Not even up to half the value of the other rival, American battery metals. And indeed maybe the other ones, Lithium America and American Lithium. So yeah, it's a bit complicated for global battery metals, but we can see that it is trading at a discount to its 10-day trend line. Its 10-day trend line is pointing at 98 cents, whereas it is pointing at 88 cents. And the 20-day trend line, okay, still way below at 58 cents. So all of this, gradually it is, well, if who knows, maybe they wanted to pull back a lot further before they get involved, because they may be considering that it is a bit too high for them to join and push it up to where American battery metals and indeed all the other LIBs, lithium ion battery, and all that stuff, stocks are. So I mean, this is just our opinion. This is how we're looking at it, and but as we said, its momentum, it has cooled down a bit, and the price is also has corrected definitely from that all-time high of what is it called, that all-time high of let's come over here, come, yeah, of $1.51. It occurred sometime on the 8th of February. So it has definitely pulled back. So they may want it to cool a bit further, but it's definitely trading at a discount to this 10-day trend line as we indicated. So if you can't wait for it to pull back any further, if you feel that it has already cooled down for the short term, so that you can't wait for it to cool any further, and you want to jump in, by all means do so. And it's also, as always, a small amount of money, nothing you can't afford to lose, so yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes from there, and then let's move on to SunHydrogen. SunHydrogen closed that session at 19 cents, and it seems it has seen some activity in the post-market or pre-market, about 5,000 buys and 5,000 sell alike. So we have a position in SunHydrogen, so it's important that we point that out to you as well. So it has a market cap of $504.1 million, and there's some piece of news that came out yesterday concerning SunHydrogen. It partners with Schmid Group of Germany to scale its Gen 2 nanoparticle technology to produce renewable hydrogen. I think what this is talking about is that Schmid 2 will, or they have the Schmid 2 is Schmid Group rather of Germany has taken up some of the samples of this Gen 2 product, and they are going to now go on and develop the assets, the machines that will now enable SunHydrogen to go on and produce the Gen 2 nanoparticle device, or whatever it is it's going to be. So that's basically, I think, in a nutshell, what I was able to deduce from that. And so you can see has a $3.2 billion, 3.02 billion shares are available or outstanding, and technically it appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Yes, it's below the signal line, you can see that here. Shares remain 214% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average, and it is outperforming the S&P 500 index. So it is, it says it is correcting. Yes, well, if you go by what we have, this very all-time high of what is it called, of 30 cents, which occurred on the 20th of January. Yes, you can easily see that it is correcting, and it's correcting within a longer term bullish trend. So momentum for SunHydrogen is improving. The 14-period slope stochastic oscillator is rising, and therefore investors, as investors begin to purchase shares, let's see, 14-period slope. It's gradually tipping up over there. We can see that they're trying to improve. It has fallen off from being overbought to almost going into being oversold. Okay, so it's trying to improve. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation is giving way to near term selling pressure by traders. So, okay, the unbalanced indicator, that's right, yes, and it's a negative minus 91.3 million, indicating that yes, momentum has cooled off as it concerns volume, or rather with regards, yes, looking at it from the perspective of volume. So, and we've been able to consider a few extension and retracement levels for SunHydrogen. And so if we go by the dates of the highs of 24 cents that occurred on the 8th of February, 24 cents, the 8th of February, somewhere there, 24 cents, I think that's 8th of February. And then also Okay, that's the one. That's 24 cents on the 8th of February. And then we also consider the low of 17 cents that occurred on the 12th of February. If we go by those two high and low points, we determine that the extension level from this closing price will be the next natural extension level, which will be the 61.8% extension level, will take this price, this stock to 23 cents. That's above somewhere up here, 23 cents, somewhere up there. And then the 100% extension level will be somewhere above this, which will be the 26, which will be the 100. Sorry, which will be 26 cents. That will be the 100% extension level. And then if we were now begin to, if it were to retrace, then the natural next natural retracement level, which will be the 23.6%, will bring it down to just above 16 cents at 17 cents. And then further than that will be the 38.2% retracement level at the price of 16 cents, just where we are exactly. And then further down will be the 50% retracement level at just right above this 15 cent at 0.155. And then the 61.86%, the next level after that 50%, will bring it down to 0.147 dollars. So all of these are dependent on the prices we use. So you might use other, you might choose various price points, and indeed other analysts might also use other price points to determine the next extension levels and retracement levels. But this is how we're looking at it right now. And the good thing about SunHydrogen is that it is trading below all of its short-term trend lines. The 20-day trend line is pointing out the price of 22 cents. The 10-day trend line is pointing out the price of 21 cents, whereas it is pointing out its price of 19 cents. So in the short term, it's traded at a discount. The stock has also corrected and so moved sideways to some extent, and given all that it's doing, fundamentally and all that stuff, so it's still even relatively cheap, so if you want to buy more and get in, definitely you can always do so. Even though it closed up yesterday, it's still relatively cheap, so you can if you want to jump in, by all means do so, and as usual as well, just with a small amount of money, nothing you can't afford to lose. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share if you're already a subscriber. Thank you very much for pushing this subscriber count past 1,000. We noticed that in the last 7 days we had 8,200 unique viewers on our channel. So if all of those people subscribed, clicked on that subscribe button, we'll definitely be looking at a subscriber count that is close to 11,000. So by all means, subscribe. Thank you very much.